The Honorable Edmund Bartlett, Minister of Tourism of Jamaica. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here at Economy Middle East.
Thank you so much for inviting me and enabling the Jamaican message to be amplified and carried in this part of the world.
Minister, it's wonderful to have you with us. Could you start by telling us Jamaica's recent tourism initiatives and some upcoming exciting projects that you have in the pipeline?
Well, Jamaica's recovery from COVID-19 has been spectacular. We have now annexed 4 million visitors and are earning over 4.3 billion US dollars for the economy. The industry is now the number one industry in Jamaica, and the investment flows from tourism is equally strong. Luckily for us, we have lost not a single investor who had been part of the program pre-COVID. Indeed, we have now increased the number, so we are looking at building 20,000 new rooms over the next 5 to 10 years.
And off the back of that, what kind of investment opportunities are there for GCC nationals, GCC countries, and of course the Americas to Jamaica?
Yeah, we're excited about the prospect of GCC involvement in tourism in the region and wider investment as well. Because as you know, tourism is a confluence of so many moving parts. So all have economic value and all create jobs and provide wealth. So we think that the region is now ready for GCC investment, as we are ready for tourists from the GCC area. We'll be talking with the airlines here. We're talking with Emirates. We're talking with Etihad. We're talking with Saudia. We're talking with the new Riyadh Airlines that is about to come. The Royal Jordanian Airlines as well. And we are excited about the prospect of enabling the gateway to North Africa and India and China to be realized through here at Dubai, Doha, as well as Riyadh.
And ideally, what kind of tourism numbers in terms of footfall are you looking at to achieve in the next 3 to 5 years into Jamaica?
Well, in the next 3 to 5 years, we have established some KPIs to have 6 million visitors and to earn 7.5 billion US dollars in earnings. So we are now close to 5. We're this year we'll do I think 4.5 million, and we expect that by 25 we'll make 5. We had actually established a first KPI of 5 by 5 by 5 for 25, so we would have achieved that, and then our next effort is to go to 6 million visitors. We think that 6 million would be a ratio of 2 tourists to 1 local, and that is an important point to reach, so we don't have over tourism and we are able to maintain the carrying capacity, which will allow for a safe, secure and seamless experience for every visitor who comes to Jamaica.
Wonderful. And Minister, I want to end it with you recently spoke at the United Nations in New York, and you spoke about global tourism resilience and your second book. Now, what would be the key takeaways, the key messages?
Well, the key message, of course, is that tourism is a growth industry, and it is one that can be very extractive if not managed carefully. And so the future of tourism for developing countries in particular has to be a sustainable engagement. But at the heart of that sustainability must be resilience. We must build the capacity because of the vulnerabilities of tourism itself, and also the vulnerability of some of the island states who are going to be the new drivers of the next wave of tourists that will be on planet Earth. You know, it took the world a little over 200 years to get the first billion tourists, and we achieved 1.4 billion by 2019, just before COVID. Now, since COVID, the projection is that 1.5 billion more tourists will be on planet Earth. So that is talking now about 3 billion tourists for a future. And they earned $9 trillion during the period up to 2019. Now consider that that will be doubled and a possibility of $20 trillion of earnings across the world. The investment requirement, the infrastructure requirement, the skill training, the human capital requirement, and then the equipment that you would need for infrastructure of various types, including aviation, that requires huge capital outlay, strong investment. So we want the GCC to become involved in that whole process because there's money to be made, there's wealth to be gained, and the world can be better off because of tourism.